For many, leaving their country isn't necessarily a choice, but a necessity. Immigrants come to the United States looking for many opportunities, including jobs and safety. Dialogue with Migrants is a Cabrini University-held student panel on immigration. It was the first of its kind. Students told their heartfelt stories to educate people on what coming to the United States is like and why they came here.
I am very grateful that my parents made that big decision for me and my siblings. I want them to feel that their struggles, their challenges that they have faced in the past 17 years is worth it. That me and my siblings finish college, we get a good degree, we get a good job, so they can feel that this wasn't just because they wanted a good life, and they're always telling us they moved us because all the opportunities that America offers.
Yeah, some of the push factors that are contributing to people coming to the United States include global inequality, which leads people to flee crushing poverty in their home countries and go to places where they may be able to find other opportunities. Violence. We're seeing in a lot of the places that people are migrating from now, gang violence and gang recruitment. We're seeing political and economic instability in these places. And what I think is important to keep in mind is how U.S. intervention in those places has undermined democracy and has undermined the political stability, the economic stability in those places, and is forcing people out of their homes, away from their families, and to migrate to other countries, including the United States.
I mean, there's a lot of corruption, there's a lot of violence. One of my best friends was killed just to, they wanted to steal his phone. He gave them the phone and they still shot him. There's just a violence overboard. There's no police, there's no law. You get killed, nobody's going to investigate your murder. It's just anarchy, complete anarchy.
There are different initiatives that the government of some of these countries and that people in the United States are trying to put in place to work on some of these gang issues in some of these countries. But it's such an intractable problem that the current reality is that people still are still forced to flee gang recruitment, gang violence, and we're still seeing waves of migration, in part because of the gang violence that's taking place in some of these places.
One organization that focuses on immersion work is the St. Lucas Mission. They aim to combat push factors by bringing more opportunities to communities in Guatemala.
So in San Lucas, we have a school that has about 640 students. It's pre-K through 6 and does Montessori education for the younger grades. It's a Catholic school. The tuition is very nominal, and over half the students get scholarships. So it's relatively inexpensive to go, and a lot of the kids go for free. Is a program that has a clinic and is about a staff of 30 that provides all the kind of care, emergency care. We have an ambulance and so on. Because we serve San Lucas, but we also serve the 20 surrounding communities. So it's probably in the range of 35,000 people that the clinic would serve in that area. And then there's a women's center where women come and take classes in sewing and weaving and cooking and personal finance, a safe place for women to gather. It's run by women. And then we have a coffee program. And the coffee program exports about 20,000 pounds of coffee a year. We buy exclusively from small growers. And we also pay a minimum price. So as coffee prices go up and down, this year they're starting out very low. We don't go below a certain amount for the price that we pay because we want to make sure that coffee growers are able to at least approach some level of a livable wage.
Coming to the United States isn't an easy journey for many children and families. Many are pushed out of their communities only to find themselves detained in centers across the country. Berks is one of 15 centers in the United States. protesters have gathered to call for an end to this.
Solidarity isn't stagnant. Solidarity moves. To live in solidarity, we must be people of action. Every life is sacred. Let us call our representatives and demand just policies to be upheld. Let us actively seek out opportunities to support immigrants in our own communities. Let us intensely call on Governor Wolf to close the Berks County Detention Center. For our current administration, especially Secretary of Homeland Security Kristen Nielsen and President Donald J. Trump, may they comprehend the trauma and damage caused by family detention and merciless policies, especially policies implemented without the approval by the legislative and judicial branches. May they instead act with compassion and better judgment from this point forward. We pray.
God of liberation, hear our